My name is June Marie Holloway, and I am 90 years old. When people reach my age, they often talk about marriages, children, and the grand stories of their lives. But the truth is, sometimes the deepest love you ever feel belongs to someone you knew only briefly. For me, that love was a jazz pianist named Samuel Redding. It was the summer of 1957. Chicago was alive in a way I had never been. I had moved from Ohio a few months earlier, hoping to find something, anything, more exciting than the quiet life I'd grown tired of. One Friday night, a coworker insisted we visit a tiny jazz club called the Blue Lantern. It was the kind of place you wouldn't notice unless someone pointed at it. Fogged windows, neon lights flickering, cigarette smoke curling like ghosts inside. But the moment I walked through the door, I felt something electric. The room buzzed with conversation, glasses clinking, heels tapping. Then the lights dimmed, and silence bloomed like a soft blanket falling over us. A single spotlight hit the piano. And there he was, Sam. Tall, lean, with dark hair that kept falling over his eyes no matter how many times he pushed it back. He wore a simple black suit, sleeves slightly wrinkled, as if he'd spent more time practicing than preparing. And then he played. I had heard music before, of course, but this wasn't music. This was storytelling without words. This was a confession whispered across a crowded room. His fingers moved like they were made of memory and longing. The sound wrapped around my ribs and squeezed until I forgot who I was and remembered who I wanted to be. When the song ended, applause erupted. But Sam looked only at me. Not the crowd, not his bandmates. Me. I looked away, heart pounding. During the break, I stood at the bar pretending to study the drink menu. I felt someone step beside me. "You understood," a quiet voice said. I turned. It was him. "What did I understand?" I asked, breathless. He smiled, slow, warm, like he didn't want to scare the moment away. "The song," he said. "Not everyone hears what's underneath." I swallowed. What was underneath? A little loneliness, a little hope, and a question I've been trying to answer. What question? He leaned in just slightly. What would it feel like to play for someone who really listens? I felt heat rush to my cheeks. "Well," I whispered, "keep playing." He laughed softly, and my heart fluttered like a nervous bird. When the show ended, most guests left, chairs scraping and glasses clinking, but Sam stayed behind at the piano. He glanced at me. "Can I play you something? Just you?" I nodded. He began a soft, drifting melody. It felt like rain on warm pavement, like a secret shared in darkness, like something inside me unlocking. When he finished, he asked, "What did you hear?" "Myself," I said quietly. His eyes softened. That's exactly what I hoped. Then he kissed me, a gentle kiss, full of hesitation and meaning, as if he were asking permission to break open something fragile in both of us. For weeks, we met after his late-night sets. He walked me home, rain or no rain, telling me about the cities he dreamed of playing in. New Orleans, New York, Paris, anywhere the music would take him. "Do you ever want to stay in one place?" I asked once. Sam exhaled. "He wants to," he said, "but the road, it calls me like a hungry ghost." "And what about me?" I whispered before I could stop myself. He froze. You, he said slowly, call me a different way. He reached for my hand. I let him. One night, he found me waiting outside the club. I got an offer, he said, trembling with excitement and fear. A real tour, months on the road. That's wonderful, I said, though my stomach twisted painfully. I haven't said yes. He looked at me like the decision weighed more than his entire life. Why not? I asked. Because of you. My breath caught. Sam, don't let me stop you. You're not stopping me. You're making me imagine a world where I choose love instead of ambition. Silence stretched between us. Come with me, he whispered suddenly. Just for one city, 1 week. I closed my eyes. My mother is sick. She depended on me then. She depends on me now. I can't leave. He nodded slowly. That's what I feared. He pulled me into his arms. I could feel his heartbeat, fast, frightened, full of something too big for either of us. I love you, he whispered. Something shattered inside me. And I love you, I said. We held each other like the world was splitting. His last night in Chicago was the longest night of my life. He played a song dedicated to someone who listens. Everyone clapped loudly, unaware he was saying goodbye. After the show, he handed me a small envelope. Inside were 7 photographs he had taken of me without me knowing. Me laughing, me walking in the rain, me listening to him play. You look alive in these, he said softly. Keep them, for when life feels small. I kissed him, tears soaking his collar. When will I see you again? I asked. He pressed his forehead to mine. When the music brings me back. But music doesn't always bring people back. He left the next morning, and I never saw him again. Years passed. My mother died. I married a gentle man who loved me quietly. We raised children. We lived an honest life. But sometimes, late at night, when the house was silent, I'd hear a faint jazz melody in my memory, and it felt like Sam was playing in the other room. His music stayed. His love stayed, even though he didn't. If I could speak to the young woman sitting in the Blue Lantern in 1957, wondering why her heart hurt more than it thrilled, I would tell her, some loves are not meant to be kept. They are meant to be carried. That is my story. The story of the jazz pianist who played my heart's song long after he left the stage.